Mr. Anugrah Srivastava of Small Case is with us to talk in the studios to formally launch the index and talk about its methodology as well. Anugrah, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. Now,
very good morning and thanks a lot for inviting me.
Of course not. Great having you. So everybody wants a tool like this. Tell us or tell our viewers about how will this 18-hour small case greed and fear index help them identify the start or the end points of a trend.
Okay, so you might remember like Warren Buffett once said that be fearful when everybody else is greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. So 18-hour small case market mood index exactly tells you when others are greedy or fearful. So it is a sentiment index which is used to predict market tops and bottoms, and it is based on various components, for example FII activities, volatility, momentum, price breadth. We can go into detail of all these, but the idea is to help retail investors better time the market.
So how have you devised this indicator really?
Okay, so let's go into a little more detail about each of the components. The first component is the FII activity. All of us know that the majority of the total percentage is contributed by FIIs in Indian market. So taking the view into consideration is very important. For this, we take the net long FII positions in Nifty future contract. So if the position is higher than the average, it means that they are bullish about the market. If the value is lower than the average, it means that they are bearish about the market. The second thing that we take into consideration is the volatility and skew. For this, we use India VIX index, which is the implied volatility of Nifty option contracts for next 1 month, or to simply put, what investors are thinking about the volatility in near future. But the problem with volatility is never tells you about the direction of the market. It is not a directional concept. So to capture this thing, we have introduced skew. Now skew is the difference between implied volatilities of out of the money put and out of the money call options. So if the skew is higher than average, it means that investors are bullish about the market. The third indicator that we have taken into account is the momentum indicator. It is the difference between 30-day moving average of Nifty and the 90-day moving average. And we divide it by the 90-day moving average so that the values become comparable across history. So these are the first three indicators, that is FII activity, volatility and momentum. Now you might notice that all these three indicators are based on Nifty, and Nifty represents the top 50 market cap stocks only. So we haven't gone into details about all the other stocks. So the fourth indicator is the price strength, where
for the entire market.
Yes.
So you're looking at all the listed Nifty stocks.
So
all the listed stocks on NSE.
All top 500 market cap stocks on NSE.
Okay, so this fear indicator or the mood indicator is restricted to top 500 stocks.
Yes.
Okay, so let me launch the indicator now.
Sure.
And let's look at the current reading. So if you run all the parameters what they mentioned, what is the indicator telling you right now? Now, let's go back to that indicator please. And what I want to establish here is where is the current meter. Now when it is, so the market currently may not be at the Brexit low, but in terms of the market positioning, according to this proprietary indicator what small case is running, the zone is fear. Now Anugrah, the zone is fear right now. But if I were take the clock back and talk about where the indicator was on the Brexit day, on the day demonetization was announced, what was the reading on those days, on that period?
So for everybody's benefit, I'll just explain the scale. So the 50 is the neutral mark, and between 50 to 70 is the greed zone. All the values above 70 represents extreme greed. Between 50 to 30, it is the fear zone, and all the values below 30 represents extreme fear. And what we have observed historically, that whenever the index enters extreme greed, market generally tops out.
So sell when it's extreme greed, buy when there's extreme fear.
So it's a buy zone right now.
You can, yeah, it's a buy zone, but generally the market bottoms out when the indicator enters extreme fear.
Was it an extreme fear?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to ask. When was extreme fear?
So recently when the market was around 8,000, the value of the indicator was around 18. So it was in extreme fear. So that is the time when one needs to start looking at investment opportunities.
Did we have extreme fear on the budget day?
Yes.
We were in the extreme fear zone then as well.
Yes. Okay. So we have done the backtest since the beginning of 2012, and what we have observed is that more than 90% of the time, indicator accurately predict the market tops and bottom. So you cannot pinpoint the value, but the zone is what fairly predicts the market tops and bottom.
If the market is in neutral zone, what does that mean? Range bound market?
The market is in neutral zone. It means that it's like fairly priced. There is no overbought or oversold things that is happening into the market.
When was the market in extreme greed in last 4 years?
extreme greed.
Yeah.
It was in extreme greed when we were around 8,900 levels for Nifty.
It went to extreme greed.
Yes.
And whenever there's extreme greed, the markets, they always top out.
Yes. That's what.
And this could happen for the Nifty and this could happen for the broader market as well.
Yes, we are talking about the broader market. Nifty is just one of the indicators that we have used.
So I guess making money is very easy now. All you need to do is just look at the small cap, look at the fear and greed mood indicator and do exactly opposite of what that indicates.
I would like to give a disclaimer, like one should not use this as a buy-sell recommendation tool, but if you have decided to invest in the market, then this can help you actually better time your entry or exit
It's
positions.
a reassurance tool.
Yeah.
So now for the benefit, sorry, no, I was just wondering. So for the benefit of our viewers as well, right now, we are in the fear zone. We are not in the extreme fear zone.
Yeah.
So we are entering the zone where it could be a great buying opportunity, but there could still be some pain points left. Even the index is showing that there could be some more pain possible before it becomes a great buying opportunity.
So
right now.
the index has started coming out of the extreme fear recently. So
Alright.
like we started moving up from 8,000 towards the current levels.
Right.
So index was in extreme fear and now it is coming towards fear. So that's what like.
Fair
I also encourage Dr. C.K. Narayan to join us in moments from now because he also is expert in market behavior to get his understanding of how this entire mood meter is going to increase. So extreme fear is when you buy, extreme greed is when you sell. Neutral territory means that markets will remain range bound. What happens when there is fear and when there is greed? What happens in these two scenarios? What does a trader do?
So basically when the indicator is showing you extreme greed, that's the time that you shouldn't open fresh positions.
So that's understood. Extreme fear buy, extreme fear, extreme greed you sell or you go short, right? It should be working if you are trying to create a short opportunity also you should always sell, I guess when there is extreme greed.
Yes.
But when we are in greed or when we are in fear, the two parallel indicators, let's look at them. What does that indicate? Right now we are in fear. It is not extreme fear. What does that indicate?
So this indicates we need to look at the indicator momentum, not just the current value. So the indicator is moving from extreme fear towards fear, and if the market keeps on going, it will go towards the neutral value. So basically, it's like not the best of the times to get into the market, but could be a good time to get in.
Just looking at some of the future data points, considering futures as well is one of the lead indicators, do you sense we could be getting closer to the greed zones anytime soon, or do you think we're still far away from that?
I think we are still far away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the index move in a pattern which is extreme fear will become fear, then neutral and then greed, or fear can become extreme fear once again? Is there a pattern to it? Does it move in a linear manner?
No, there is no pattern to it.
So fear can become extreme fear.
Yes. So if tomorrow something bad happens or there is a bad news in the market, it can again go to the extreme fear.
No, that it can, but historically, has it tended to move linearly, or
No.
Historically, also it's kind of come back after moving from extreme fear to fear back to extreme fear as well.
Yes.
That has happened.
So Neeraj, you have to look at the extreme readings to
Right,
make an opinion.
to make an opinion.
That's the safest way to look
Right.
at it.
Together, 18 and small case, I think are doing a good attempt. Let's hope it provides our viewers with what
Just
we
one
aim
more
to.
tool, let me put one more intelligent, scientifically non-opinionated tool. It's data
Yeah.
which calculates it.
Yeah,
There are no
non-opinionated.
opinions.
I think that's the biggest thing,
Exactly.
non-opinionated
And the
data.
fairest of them all. Yeah.
But during the day today, Anugrah, we'll chat again to tell our viewers again and again about what this means so that they can use it to the best of their benefits.
True.
Congratulations and thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
Congratulations.